Ochilo Ayako. Thank you, sir, for finding time. We also have with us the Minority Whip in the National Assembly, Honorable Millie Mabona. Thank you. May I request those who are joining us that we have now been joined by the good governor of Siaya County, His Excellency Senior Counsel James Agre Orengo. Asante. Niombe tunapoendelea, nyote mulio upande zote mutasalia kunyamaza, mutupatie nafasi. Naomba maafisa wa itifaki wale muliosimama katikati hapo, munazuia kamera zetu kutupeperushia moja kwa moja hafla hii. Kindly. Chair.
Our next speaker is Agola. Agola. Then followed very, very closely, Millicent Okach, closely. Come. Is Awino ready? Agola, please. Is Akoth here? Okay. Karibu.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Agola. I'd just like to read a bit of my eulogy that I wrote down about her, because I started staying with her as a young girl in Zimbabwe right after my father passed away, Beryl Odinga. And I've just written something small. Read it for me. Read for me. Mom, that's how I always called you. I remember way back in 1983, when I was a little girl, right after my father, Agola Odinga, passed away. Soon after that, after his burial, you personally took me to Zimbabwe and told me that we were going to a country far away. I can't see. This is my daughter, Melanie Orege. She'll just continue reading the contribution for me. No, second part.
Hi everyone, I'll read tribute on behalf of Agola. Mom, that's how I always used to call you. I remember back in 1983 when I was just a little girl, after our father Ngire Agola passed away. Soon after his burial, you personally took me away and told me that you were taking me to a country far away. That country was Zimbabwe. And because of the political situation in the country at the time, it was not easy for the family. I could remember the two of us crossing borders from Kenya into Uganda and Tanzania, and even sitting at the back of two bicycles, which proved to be a very very long ride for me as a child. We crossed each border all the way to Tanzania, where we eventually took an aeroplane to Zimbabwe. Mom, you taught me a lot of my first things in life: how to read, how to speak perfect English, and also sang with us Chimurenga songs. You cheered me through all my races at school, both in primary and high school, and I would always take first place, knowing that you were there watching me proudly. It pains my heart today to see you leave us, and you always called us the Zim team when our mother, the late Margaret Agola, who was also your best friend, joined you later in 1985. Words can't describe it all, but it's sad to say that it all began in November and it ended in November. Rest well with the angels, Mom. Aino, Agola, Odinga.
The next speaker is Akoth. You know, Akoth would call you Matters Hospitality. Akoth would call you Matters the Catholic Church. Akoth would call you Matters Media. Akoth would almost even tell you, no, it's time to go home and rest. Akoth. Strict for time. Thank you so much, Akoth, for your cross-cutting, competencies. Asante sana, sana, sana. Even as late as yesterday, you kept on calling. Everything is in place and that things are working. Thank you so much for your commitment. Asante sana. Welcome, Akoth. Thank you.
All protocols observed. My family and the extended Jaramogi Oginga Odinga family and fellow mourners, I want to say God is good and all the time. I have a tribute to read, and before I read my tribute, please allow me to appreciate or rather introduce some of my children who Beryl also loved so much. We all know that Beryl was a mother, she was an aunt, and as I stand here, I'm one of the many people that she lived with. And so maybe my children just wave at the crowd. Beryl supported them also in so many ways. My children, just wave at the crowd, please. Where are you? Those are my children. And this is my eldest son. His name is Basil Kenneth. So I'm going to read my tribute, because if I start speaking today about my aunt,